If you've just joined us, we've been talking about the stolen funds and the international collaboration and coalition in the issue of insurgency and also the areas of stolen funds. And our guest has been the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyeama. Now, let's look at the forthcoming African Union Summit, the 24th African Union Summit, which is fast approaching, and the theme is the Women Empowerment and Development Towards Africa Agenda 2063. How relevant is this to the Nigeria's national interest?
It's extremely important. The women agenda is absolutely important, and I think that we can realize our full potential as a country, economically, socially, and culturally, if we leverage on the contribution of the women folk in this country. You know, women have as much to offer, and we see that as men. And it's just absolutely important that we facilitate and provide an enabling environment for women to really contribute their full quota. And I think with that, we will be deploying all the best resources we have in this country to move forward. So I think that women empowerment is absolutely key to the development of this country and of Africa, and I would say indeed of the world. And you know, the agenda is also extremely important. It's about development. It's about economic, social, and cultural development.
In this time when the federal government is thinking of reduction in cost of governance, there is a perception that the missions abroad are just too many and they are capital intensive. What's your perception that the missions abroad are just too many?
Yeah, I think you cannot really divorce, you know, your missions from the country. The challenges we're facing in the country are the challenges of the, you know, the missions are really just extensions of the country. So all the challenges we're facing here are reflected in, these are microcosms of the country. So, so it's true, they're facing all the same challenges, funding, you know, infrastructure, maintenance, and you know, human resources, availability, and paying of staff, and so forth. Now, Mr. President has directed that we really do a cost-benefit analysis of these missions. You know, there's no point, you know, maintaining. You have to look at the benefits that you derive from having these missions. So we're in the process of doing an assessment of all that to rationalize our presence in these countries.
What are you doing about the plight of Nigerians abroad? That we have reports of Nigerians being subjected to poor treatment, and recently in South Africa we have the xenophobia and other countries in the world. What are you doing in this regard?
You know, it's going to be broad-based. There's a lot of work we have to do, you know, and very often we also have to start from home, you know, and part of, I think, the agenda of Mr. President and this government is, I would almost say, to produce a new Nigerian person, you know, a new personality, as it were. We have to, as you know, he's mentioned it, you know, be a lot more disciplined. You know, we have to deal with our education. We have to address our the culture of, you know, corruption and just how the Nigerian is. Then, because how you are is going to be how you're perceived, you know, also. So we have a lot of work to do in this country amongst ourselves, you know, and work very hard on that. Then, of course, also, but coming more directly to the issues of how Nigerians are treated abroad, we have to engage, of course, with all our partners, countries, The most important thing is to ensure that in the treatment of Nigerians, that due process, their laws are respected, human rights are respected, and our missions and embassies in all those countries are there to engage with the host government in ensuring that for Nigerian citizens, and indeed for any other citizens, but of course we are most concerned with our citizens. So that is our job as a foreign ministry. We're going to be doing that. But also we have to, engage also with our Nigerian brothers and sisters in these countries, to ensure that when you go to somebody's country, you respect their laws, you behave in a way that makes, because we are all ambassadors for Nigeria. Every single Nigerian is an ambassador for this country. So how you behave is how your country is going to be perceived. So I think there's also that obligation, and our missions abroad will help in that. Also, getting Nigerians to be law-abiding and to make themselves useful citizens.
You can also be part of this conversation by sending us your comments on the various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, what is the role of Nigeria's foreign ministry in the recovery of stolen funds? Let's hear from Nigeria's foreign minister. Join us again.